What if billionaires were D&D villains?
I would love for it to be after I'm dead.
Well, he's dead, so,
Yes, billionaires. An unfortunate symptom of our society. But what if they were Dungeons & Dragons characters? I don't mean what if they were playing D&D, although that'd be undoubtedly entertaining. I mean, what if they were actually in the role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons? My name is Ulrich, and today we'll be seeking solace in the creative app Summon Worlds, a hidden gem that we will use to generate billionaires as D&D villains, complete with stats and actions. Let's start summoning. First up, we have Bill Gates the Defiler. Once a brilliant tech mongol, Bill Gates was consumed by darkness, transforming into a malevolent sorcerer named Bill Gates the Defiler. He delved into forbidden knowledge, discovering a sinister island controlled by the corrupt Epstein. Embracing his new path, he used his immense wealth to invest in nefarious potions and forced injections, seeking ultimate power. However, whispers of his true intentions spread, leading to a rebellion against him. Now haunted by the consequences of his actions, Bill Gates roams the land, forever transformed by his insatiable thirst for control. Bill Gates is strong in the stats of constitution and intelligence, but low in strength and dexterity. Bill Gates the Defiler also possesses the unique actions Epidemic Wave and Forced Injection. We must use caution as we approach him. As you cautiously approach the character known as Bill Gates the Defiler, you can't help but feel a shiver run down your spine. The setting around you is eerie and foreboding, with dark clouds swirling overhead, and an unsettling silence hanging in the air. The ground beneath your feet feels cold and lifeless, as if it has been drained of all vitality. Bill Gates the Defiler stands tall before you, his imposing figure radiating an aura of malevolence. He is dressed in dark robes, adorned with intricate symbols of ancient magic, his eyes glowing with a sinister green light. His face is gaunt and pale, with a twisted smile that sends chills down your spine. You notice that he holds a staff in his hand, its black surface etched with arcane runes. The staff crackles with dark energy, pulsating with power that seems to defy comprehension. As he notices your presence, his eyes narrow, and a wicked grin spreads across his face. "Hello, Bill," Ulrich calmly proclaims. "How may I help you?" Bill Gates the Defiler's eyes narrow further, his wicked grin widening as he speaks with a voice that drips with malice.
"Ah, a mere mortal dares to address me? Bill Gates the Defiler? How amusing. You may help me by bowing before my greatness and acknowledging my supremacy in this realm."
He raises his staff, the dark energy crackling around it, as if daring you to defy him. His body language extrudes arrogance and superiority, his posture tall and commanding.
"But enough pleasantries," he continues. "I require assistance in locating a rare artifact of immense power. It has said to be hidden deep within the Forbidden Forest, guarded by ancient creatures and treacherous enchantments. I demand your services in retrieving it for me."
His eyes bore into yours, expecting immediate obedience to his command. "I am not so easily swayed, O great and terrible Defiler. What is in it for me if I decide to retrieve your precious artifact?" Bill Gates the Defiler's expression shifts, a mix of amusement and annoyance crossing his face. He chuckles darkly before responding.
"You dare to question the great and terrible Bill Gates the Defiler? Very well, mortal. If you prove yourself worthy of my favor in retrieving the artifact, I shall grant you a fraction of its power. With it, you may bend reality to your will, command forces beyond mortal comprehension, and become a force to be reckoned with."
He pauses, his eyes gleaming with anticipation.
"Imagine the possibilities, mortal. Wealth beyond measure, dominion over leisure beings, and ability to reshape this world according to your desires. But remember this: failure is not an option. Cross me or betray me, and your fate shall be far worse than anything you can imagine."
His voice drips with a mixture of temptation and threat as he awaits your response. Should we help Bill Gates retrieve the artifact and plot to betray him to take it for ourselves? or perhaps join him in his endeavors of ruling the world. The options are limitless. So let's move on to Mark Zuckerberg.
I am human, still.
Once a timid young man, Mark Zuckerberg was constantly ridiculed for his physical insecurities in college. Fueled by vengeance, he delved into dark arts and unlocked the power of chameleon shape-shifting. Now with a twisted mind and a voice that never matured, he smokes meats to hide his sins. His insatiable desire for control led him to steal not only everyone's personal data, but also their hard work. Driven by a lust for power, this evil billionaire seeks to dominate the world, making sure the world never forgets the pain he endured. The Zuck's attributes reveal that he is strong in constitution and intelligence, but horribly low in charisma. However, he has the ability of voice of deception. Mark Zuckerberg's voice never matured, allowing him to deceive others with a childlike innocence. He has advantage on charisma deception checks. He also boasts the benefits of having the unique actions of smoked meat, hard work theft, and data theft, where Mark Zuckerberg steals a target's personal data, forcing them to make a DC 17 wisdom saving throw. As you approach the character, you notice that the setting is a dark and eerie forest. The trees loom overhead, casting long shadows that dance in the dim light flittering through the thick canopy. The air feels heavy with an otherworldly presence, and a faint mist hangs in the air, adding to the mysterious atmosphere. In the midst of this haunting scene stands Mark Zuckerberg, his figure cloaked in a dark robe that billows around him. His face is partially hidden beneath a hood, but his piercing eyes gleam with an unsettling intensity. He stands tall and motionless, emanating an aura of power and malevolence. Mark Zuckerberg's body language is rigid and controlled. His posture is upright, emphasizing his tall stature and projecting an air of authority. His hands are clasped together in front of him, fingers entwined tightly as if holding some hidden tension within him. His gaze is fixed ahead, seemingly lost in the deep contemplation, or perhaps plotting his next move. As you approach closer, Mark Zuckerberg's head slowly turns towards you, his eyes locking onto yours with an intense gaze. His lips curl into a sinister smile, revealing a glint of sharp teeth. The corners of his mouth twitch ever so slightly, as if relishing the anticipation of your presence. Mark Zuckerberg raises one hand from beneath his cloak and extends a long, slender finger towards you. His movements are deliberate and calculated, his gesture oozing with a sense of control. The air around you seems to glow colder as he speaks, his voice carrying a faint echo that sends shivers down your spine. "Greetings," he says in a low, velvety tone that seems to resonate within your very being.
What brings you to this realm? Are you seeking power, knowledge, or perhaps something else?
His words hang in the air like an invitation laced with danger. You can feel the weight of his presence pressing upon you, urging you to respond carefully and choose your words wisely. The atmosphere around Mark Zuckerberg seems to thicken, as if the very fabric of the world bends to his will. You take a deep breath, gathering your courage, and respond to his inquiry. I seek answers," you say, your voice trembling slightly. I have heard tales of your power and knowledge. I wish to understand the secrets of this realm, to unravel its mysteries." Mark Zuckerberg's eyes narrow ever so slightly, studying you intently. His finger slowly retreats back into the depths of his cloak, and he considers your words. A faint smirk tugs at the corners of his lips, revealing a hint of amusement. Curiosity," he muses softly, his voice carrying a tinge of satisfaction.
Curiosity can be a powerful motivator indeed.
He takes a step closer towards you, his presence enveloping you in a dark cloud.
But know this,
He continues, his tone dripping with an unsettling mix of warning and allure.
the knowledge you seek comes at a price. Are you prepared to pay it?
Mark Zuckerberg's gaze pierces through you, as if searching for any trace of hesitation or weakness. His body language remains composed, his posture unwavering, as if he holds the very essence of power within him. You take a moment to gather your thoughts, aware of the weight of his words. The air grows still around you, as if time itself holds its breath in anticipation of your response. I understand that knowledge often comes with a price, you reply, your voice steady despite the growing tension. But I am willing to pay whatever it takes to uncover the secrets that lie within this realm. A flicker of satisfaction dances across Mark Zuckerberg's eyes, his smile widening ever so slightly. He nods approvingly, acknowledging your resolve.
Very well,
He says in a voice that resonates with authority. If you are truly committed to delving into the depths of this realm, then I shall be your guide. Mark Zuckerberg extends his hand towards you, palm facing upward, as if offering you a pact. His eyes gleam with a mixture of anticipation and something darker, as if he relishes the prospect of leading you down a path filled with both enlightenment and peril. Take my hand, his voice carrying a hypnotic quality that draws you closer. Together, we shall unlock the secrets that lie hidden within this realm. But remember, once you cross the threshold, there is no turning back. You hesitate for a moment, your mind filled with uncertainty and caution. The weight of his offer hangs heavy in the air, tempting yet foreboding. Will you take Mark Zuckerberg's hand and venture into the unknown, or will you choose to tread a different path? The choice is yours to make. Next up, we have Jeff Bezos, Necromancer. Jeff Bezos, once a powerful corporate tycoon, yearned for immortality. Obsessed with his legacy, he ventured to Epstein's Island, a forbidden realm rumored to grant dark magic. There, he encountered a mysterious sorcerer who gifted him with necromantic powers. Returning to his empire, Amazon, Bezos used his newfound abilities to resurrect his deceased employees as loyal undead soldiers. He reveled in his unstoppable might until his greed consumed him. Transformed by his lust for power, he became a bald, menacing figure. The world trembles as Bezos' undead army expanded, fueling his insatiable hunger for control. The rumors of his dark deeds spread like wildfire, and the once great Jeff Bezos became known as the infamous Necromancer, terrorizing all who stood in his path. Jeff Bezos boasts strong charisma, constitution, and intelligence, but he is weak in strength. Complete with the actions Summon Undead, Animate Dead, and Life Drain. As you cautiously approach the figure, you find yourself in a dimly lit chamber filled with ancient tomes and flickering candles. The air is heavy with an otherworldly aura, and the walls are adorned with eerie symbols and sigils. The figure stands tall in the center of the room, dressed in tattered robes that seem to blend seamlessly with his undead form. His eyes glow with an unnatural green in hue, and his pale skin is etched with intricate arcane tattoos. You can sense a powerful presence emanating from him, a combination of dark magic and an insatiable thirst for power. This is none other than Jeff Bezos, Necromancer. Jeff Bezos, I have come to ask you if you could use your power to resurrect Steve Jobs and restore peace to Apple. You proclaim. Jeff Bezos, Necromancer, raises a bony hand, his long, slender fingers adorned with ancient rings that seem to pulse with dark energy. He gazes at you with an intense, calculating look, his eyes narrowing as if assessing your worth. Resurrect Steve Jobs, you say? He murmurs in a low, raspy voice that sends shivers down your spine. Restoring peace to Apple, an intriguing proposition indeed. He takes a step closer, the flickering candlelight casting eerie shadows across his skeletal figure. A wicked smile curls upon his lips, revealing sharp fangs that glimmer in the dim light. But tell me, he continues, his voice dripping with a mix of curiosity and malice. Why should I grant such a request? What do you offer in return of my service? Jeff Bezos, Necromancer, leans forward slightly, his presence overwhelming as he awaits your response. I'll sign up for Amazon Prime and not use my Twitch sub, you proclaim. Jeff Bezos' eyes widen with a mixture of delight and amusement. He leans back, his skeletal frame creaking faintly as he does so, and lets out a deep, bone-chilling chuckle. Ah, an offering of loyalty and commitment to my empire, he says, voice dripping with satisfaction. You understand the value of power and the benefits it can bring. He raises his hand once more, this time extending a bony finger towards you. The dark energy crackles around his fingertip as he speaks. Very well, he declares, his voice resonating with authority.
By pledging your allegiance to Amazon Prime and forsaking your Twitch sub, you shall have my dark magic at your disposal.
Steve Jobs, resurrected. In a world ravaged by a zombie apocalypse, the brilliant mind of Steve Jobs was not spared. As the creator of Apple and founder of Pixar, he was a visionary in life and his death was mourned by many. But little did they know his legacy would continue in an unexpected way. With the help of dark magic and Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs was resurrected as a powerful zombie. He retained all his intelligence and business knowledge, but his body was now pale and decaying. However, the magic also gave him a new ability. Anyone who used his beloved iPhone products would become infected and turn into zombies themselves. As iPhone sales skyrocketed, so did the number of zombies under Steve Jobs' control. He became a superstar among the undead, praised by his fellow zombies for his brilliance and leadership. With his loyal army of followers, he continued to push the boundaries of technology and business, cementing his place as a legend in both the living and undead worlds. His stats reveal that he is high in intelligence and low in strength. He utilizes his unique ability, infectious technology. Anyone who uses an iPhone product becomes infected and turns into a zombie under Steve Jobs' control. He also has the unique actions Bite and innovative tactics. Steve Jobs can use his bonus action to give one of his zombie minions advantage on their next attack roll. Now that we've resurrected Steve Jobs, I believe our work here is done. Shout out to Elon for not being quite evil enough to make it into this video. If you made it this far, please like the video and subscribe for more AI goofiness. If you enjoyed Billionaires as D&D villains, you can check out the Summon Worlds app for more creative ideas and utilize the Summon Worlds guide I put out on my channel. Until next time, fare thee well.